There's a piece of math so simple you can do it in your head in 10 seconds, and it quietly predicts almost everything about your financial future. How fast your investments grow, how fast your debt grows against you, whether that safe savings account is secretly a slow leak. Wall Street uses it. Most people have never heard of it. By the end of this video, you'll be able to look at any interest rate and instantly know what it's really doing to your money for the rest of your life. What the Rule of 72 is, why it works, and the 3 ways it'll change how you see every rate you ever meet. Here it is. Take the number 72, divide it by your yearly interest rate, and the answer is roughly how many years it takes your money to double. That's the entire rule. No calculator, no spreadsheet, no app. Let's use it. Say an investment grows at about 8% a year. Historically, a reasonable illustrative figure for a broad, long-term stock market average. 72 divided by 8 is 9. So your money would double about every 9 years. At 6%, it's 72 divided by 6, 12 years. At 12%, just 6 years. You just calculated 3 futures and the time it takes to read them. Quick thing before we go deeper. If this is already clicking, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. It genuinely helps us keep making these. Why does this matter? Because doubling is the language wealth actually speaks. Compound growth doesn't move in straight lines. It moves in doublings, and each doubling is bigger than everyone before it combined. The Rule of 72 turns an invisible, intimidating process into a single number you can hold in your head. It won't be perfect to the decimal, but it's close enough to make real decisions with, and that's the point. Here's what makes this rule so powerful. Your brain is terrible at imagining doublings, and that blind spot costs people fortunes. Let me show you. Imagine a sum that doubles every 9 years. After 9 years, it's twice what you started with. After 18, 4 times. 27 years, 8 times. 36 years, 16 times. Notice something. The jump in that final stretch from 8 times to 16 times is larger than everything that happened in the previous 27 years put together. The biggest growth happens last. That's why patience isn't just a virtue here, it's the entire strategy. This is also why starting early beats starting big. An extra doubling at the end is worth more than any amount of scrambling at the start, and you only get that final giant doubling if your money had enough time. The Rule of 72 makes this visible. Every year you wait isn't a year of lost interest. It can quietly cost you an entire doubling at the far end, the biggest one of all. Now, the uncomfortable half. The exact same math that builds your wealth also builds debt against you and inflation against your cash. The Rule of 72 doesn't care which direction it's pointing. Pointed at high-interest debt, a balance charging around 24%, 72 divided by 24 is 3. That debt is trying to double in roughly 3 years if you let it sit. That's not a metaphor. That's the same doubling engine that grows investments running against you at frightening speed. It's exactly why high-interest debt feels impossible to outrun. It's compounding, just aimed the wrong way. Now point it at inflation, the quiet one. If prices rise around 3% a year, 72 divided by 3 is 24. That means the cost of living roughly doubles about every 24 years, and the flip side is that idle cash loses about half its buying power over that same stretch. Your money didn't leave your account, its power did. The same rule that promises to double your investments warns you that doing nothing has a cost, too. Let's make this a tool, not a trivia fact. 3 uses you can put to work immediately. 1. Compare any 2 options in seconds. Someone offers you a safe account at around 1%. 72 divided by 1 is 72. Your money would take about 72 years to double. A broad long-term investment at a historical average might double in under a decade. Same money, wildly different futures, and now you can see the gap instead of guessing at it. 2. Reveal what a fee really does. Fees don't just shave a little off the top, they steal doublings. If your investment would double every 9 years but a fee drags your real return down, you don't lose a small slice, you can lose an entire doubling over a lifetime. The rule of 72 is how you feel the true weight of a small 1% fee. 3. Decide faster. Anytime you meet a rate, a loan, a savings account, an investment estimate, run 72 divided by it in your head and instantly translate an abstract percentage into human years. Percentages hide, doublings don't. One honest caveat, so you use it well. The rule of 72 is an approximation. It's most accurate in the middle range of rates, roughly the single digits and low teens, and it assumes the rate stays steady and the growth compounds. Real markets don't move in tidy straight lines. Some years are up, some are down. So treat it as a fast mental estimate for making decisions, not a promise of exact results. So, the rule of 72. Divide 72 by any rate, and you get the years it takes to double. It reveals that wealth grows in doublings, and the biggest one always comes last, which is why time matters more than timing. It runs in reverse too, showing you how fast high-interest debt doubles against you and how quietly inflation halves idle cash. And it turns any percentage you'll ever meet into something you can actually feel. Here's the real gift of this rule. It's not the arithmetic, it's the lens. Once you can translate every rate into doublings, you stop being impressed by big-sounding percentages and start seeing what they'll actually do to your life over decades. That single shift, seeing money in doublings instead of dollars, is how ordinary people finally start making the math work for them instead of against them. This is education, not financial advice. The returns and rates used here are illustrative and simplified. Past performance never guarantees future results, and all investing carries risk, so please talk to a licensed professional about your own situation. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. It's the whole reason we can keep breaking down how money really works every single week. Now here's my question for you. Do the math live. Take 72, divide it by the return you expect on your money, and that's how many years it takes to double. What number did you get? Drop it in the comments. I read and reply to every single one. I'll see you in the next one.